Central New York's only hope for a baseball Final Four lies with ESM and Baldwinsville. Good evening. I'm Matt Hosworth. Beeville's been here before, of course, but for ESM, this is special. It's been over a decade since the Spartans have reached this point, and they'd practically have a home game at that, taking on Queensbury from the OCC baseball complex tonight. However, the Queensbury Spartans would put up 7 runs through the first 3 innings, including 4 in the top of the first. Defensive plays like those certainly helping the cause for the Spartans from the Capital Region, but ESM would not go down quietly. Lucas Grabowski beats out the throw to first, scoring Josh Gilkey from third, but at that point, just too little too late. ESM goes down tonight 8-3, the final. So now it's up to Beeville, carrying Central New York baseball on its back, and Jason Savicul says, I got you. 11 strikeouts for the sophomore pitcher. Then check out Pat May flashing the leather. Look at this. Diving out to make the catch. This game played in Troy, New York tonight, the Capital Region. The Bees clicking on all cylinders. Check out May doing it with the bat this time, bringing in a run here. And finally, it is Savicul again, and Beeville is headed to the state Final Four in Binghamton. 1-0, the final.
Just the adrenaline that runs through you is insane. I experienced it in the sectional final, another 1-0 game, and this one was just as crazy, so it was a lot of fun.
The West Hill Warriors are in the midst of new territory in terms of their boys lacrosse program. For so long, Jamesville DeWitt had a stranglehold over Class C, but this year it's the Warriors' turn. West Hill taking on Johnson City out of Section 4. Winner goes to St. John Fisher College in Rochester next week for the state Final Four. And this one was all Warriors all the time, racing out to the 8-2 lead at the half. Jack Grooms with the easy shot there, and then it's Owen Matukis doing it all by himself. Remember, he had the game winner over JD last week. West Hill is moving on with a 16-9 win.
Well, it's definitely big. I mean, last year we had a chance to get here, but coming here this year, I mean, making it up for all the past years that we should have been here is a big deal, especially for his first time ever.
Good for West Hill. How about West Genesee taking on Ithaca in the Class A regional final earlier this afternoon? A tightly contested game in the first half anyway, but Jenny breaks it wide open in the second half. Patrick Stanistreet hits Anthony Datellis, who puts it in the back of the net. Check out the Jenny passing here. Just gorgeous. Jack Howes lights the lamp from close range. The Wildcats outscore the Little Red 9-0 in the second half alone. That's how you do it, taking it 13-4, and will now meet Lancaster out of the Buffalo area on Wednesday.
One of our leaders on the team, Tommy Baker, got hurt in the first half, and we all want this to keep going, and we got to do it for him. So we all just looked at each other and said we got to do it for Tommy, and we got it done.
East Syracuse Manoa in a rematch of last year's Class B regional boys lacrosse final, looking for some sweet revenge over Vestal, and the Spartans would get it. Gannon, the cannon Abreu, locks and loads from the top of the box. Nobody's touching that. This was a tie game at the half, but ESM flexes its muscle in the second half. Adam Caramano off the pretty feed from Gavin Hoteling. Spartans win 17-10. They're moving on to face Mighty Victor, a very good team out of Rochester on Wednesday. Now on to the first game of the day. CBA hoping to keep its season alive in boys lacrosse, taking on the always tough Shenango Forks Blue Devils. Ryan McKenzie helped the brothers take a 3-goal lead. A 3-goal lead in the fourth quarter, but Forks storms back into the game. Great, and Vic, look at this. Feeds Sean Weiser. Beautiful jump shot there. The Blue Devils tie it up with under a minute to go. We're headed to overtime. As you see the scoreboard there, Forks wins the ensuing face-off, and that is all she wrote. Noah Raymond ends it in sudden death overtime. CBA season comes to an end. Forks takes it 9-8, the final. Switching gears to girls lacrosse now. All these games down in Corning. The late game from Corning today. CBA taking on Ithaca, and the brothers jumped out to the early lead, never looking back. Olivia Penoyer puts this one in the back of the net. CBA wins 11-7. Moving on to SUNY Cortland next week.
Last year, our coach told us to remember how it feels when we lost in the semifinals. So we're definitely we all remember that day, and we're glad to have another shot at it.
The FM Hornets are built for this time of the year, falling in the state title game 1 year ago, and would not be denied a return trip to Cortland. Kiara Shanley scores on the drive to the net. Fayetteville Manly is headed back to the New York State Final Four. 20-6, the final score over Horseheads.
You know, I thought that the girls came out and played really well right from the start, which is something we've been talking a lot about, and it was a total team win today, and just really proud of the effort of the girls out there.
And finally, Jamesville DeWitt girls taking on Vestal in Class C, and this was a little bit more competitive of a game. The Red Rams only led by 1 at the half, but in the end, just too much in this one. JD gets the win 10-8, advancing to the New York State Final Four at SUNY Cortland next week. So, Tori, next week should be a lot of fun. We got girls lacrosse state championships, boys lacrosse state championships, baseball, and softball. Oh, by the way, Sandy Creek won today. I was at that game. Okay. Had a little bit too much in sports, so had to condense a little bit.
Night.
But those highlights will be at our website.
Perfect. Thank you. We're back after the break.